where are we going next week?
We are going to Fredericksburg.
Let's
We are going
go.
to the Hill Country Coaching Clinic, and it was great to actually get to go there, right? But the fact that we get to do Women Talking Football live from the Hill Country Coaching Clinic is so special, because this is it's a really cool coaching clinic, because I feel like when you think about coaching clinics, there's going to be a ton of coaches there, and they're probably, they're not going to bring their wives, they're not going to bring their kids. But this one specifically encourages coaches to bring their wives, because it's Fredericksburg. I mean, who doesn't want to go to Fredericksburg?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to get to talk to a lot of coaches' wives and stuff like that when we're down there. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited, because I've never been to Fredericksburg anyway. So the fact that this is like a work trip too, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so like Mallory alluded to, I think everyone knows that we are going to be in attendance at the Hill Country Coaching Clinic, but we've actually been working with all the great people, including Lance Moffitt, the clinic director, Clay Bode, Miss Diane Bode, and we are going to be doing this show live from down there at the inn at Barron's Creek at the coaching clinic portion of it. So we are so excited. They had invited us down because we had talked to some of the wives. We really love the Texas High School Coaches Wives Association. I have to think about that. But the Wives Association. Do what?
I said it's a tongue twister. You got to really think about it.
Well, as we always say, THSCA, and then it's like you got to remember where the W fits in there.
Yep.
So we met a lot of those ladies at the coaching school last year in July, and we had talked with some of them, and they were like, hey, y'all need to come to the Hill Country Coaching Clinic because it's in Fredericksburg. The wives are so highly encouraged to be able to come out there. They have a whole Miss Diane is the director of all of the wives activities. So they actually do a ton of different wives activities. We're going to have our show live Friday, February 10th at 2 o'clock p.m. So usually we do the show every Thursday. We will not be doing it Thursday because we will be doing it live from down there on Friday at 2 o'clock p.m. So same time, just a day pushed back later. But we have a ton of really awesome guests lined up for you with Coach Moffitt himself, the guy that puts it all on. Miss Diane will be coming on to tell you all about what the wives can do while they're down there. There's a meet and greet that you and I will be going to. They're drinking wine. They're going shopping. They're doing all this stuff that the coaches love to see because they sacrifice so much as wives and moms and all that stuff throughout the year. This is kind of like their way of saying, hey, it's another coaching thing, but you're going to have fun too.
Right. And there's going to be a ton of really cool guest speakers there too as well, not only in the high school ranks, but in the college ranks as well, like David Wetzel from Baylor, Keith Patterson from Abilene Christian, Mark Soto from Conference Judson High School. I mean, there's just an array of different kinds of coaches. They're going to be guest speakers at this coaching clinic. So it sounds like a really well-rounded event to me.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I threw this up here. This is the Friday. So here is where you can watch the show, which is if you're watching right now, that's exactly where it is. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter will be live 2 o'clock p.m. February the 10th. But if you take a look at this, here's the actual Friday agenda for the coaching clinic. I believe you can still sign up for the coaching clinic even today. So go ahead, and if you were a coach or a coach's wife listening to this and you want to get down to Fredericksburg and hang out with us next week, you can. But for Friday, you've got Drew Sanders from Vandergrift, Anthony Boykin from Stevens, Michael Troutman, which if you want someone who can convince you to run through a brick wall, go listen to Coach Troutman speak, because you will feel like you just took 800 gallons of pre-workout after you get out of that thing. Like Mallory mentioned there's also college coaches, Coach Wetzel from Baylor, and then dinner. There's a ton of really good dinner places to eat in Fredericksburg. I am from Llano, the town literally right next to it, so I'm incredibly excited to show Mallory kind of around my hometown area. And then there's a couples social that night. So for the wives on the other side of it, as soon as we get done with the show, Mallory and I are headed over to the wives meet and greet. So any of you wives listening, if you're going to be there, please stop by and say hi. We would love to see you. And then here we go for the Saturday agenda. There's a couples outreach devotional in the morning. Stephen Hamby from Tech will be there. Bill Howard from Wiley High School. He's retired now, but he can kind of tell you a little bit about that. Coach Soto, another guy who will make you want to run through a brick wall for him. John Kay, the one of just a legendary head coach in recent years here for us. Keith Patterson from ACU. Then there is a coach and coach's wife seminar that you can go to, and then date night at the Pioneer Bar, which is where I told Mallory yesterday on Twitter what she doesn't realize is that she signed up to be my date. And we're going to go
Dude, I've done more booting and scooting with you in the past 3 weeks than I have in my entire life.
It's working.
I'm so glad I ended up buying those white cowboy boots because, man, I've done so much cowgirl stuff in the past couple weeks. So I'm prepared. I am prepared for the booting and scooting on Saturday night.
I've got my cord stuck on, this is stuff that goes on behind the scenes in the producer chair that usually y'all can't see. My cord gets stuck underneath the rolly chair. But no,
you're on camera the whole time now.
Yeah, we are so incredibly excited and thankful for the Hill Country Coaching Clinic and everyone for inviting us out to this. We're going to be there all weekend, participating in the different wives stuff, talking to coaches. But the big thing is Friday, February 10th at 2 o'clock p.m., our first ever live episode, live remote is probably the better way to say that, live remote episode of Women Talking Football. From Fredericksburg, from the Hill Country Coaching Clinic, any of the coaches that are going, the wives, we are so excited to see y'all and hang out with y'all. But, 2 p.m. next Friday. I am amped.
I am really excited. And I remember when we had discussed this as a possible thing that we could do, is it possible to do Women Talking Football live? Is it possible to do these shows live from somewhere else? And us being the producer-minded people that we are and that we're around this stuff all the time, it's going to be easy for us to set up in one of these clinics and do this show live from there. So really excited that we're going to be able to do that because this is going to be probably one of the best episodes that we could do, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone's just going to be in...
Go ahead.
I think everybody's just going to be in such a good mood anyway. Everyone's going to be just so amped and stuff, and we're going to have them on the show, and it's going to have a good little aurora to it, I think.
Yeah. We'll have some wives on the show. We'll have some coaches on the show. We're still kind of nailing down. We have most of the lineup set, but we're waiting on a couple coaches. Obviously, with the ice storm, people haven't been in the office any, so it's been a little bit hard. But no, we're nailing down who we're going to have on. But 2 p.m. next Friday. The 10th, live from the Hill Country Coaching Clinic. We are amped up and excited, and a huge thank you already to Coach Moffitt, Miss Diane, Coach Clay, all of them for helping and getting this set up for us. So, Hill Country.
Yeah, man. Seriously.
WTF, heading your way.
Great. Seriously. And whoever runs the Hill Country Coaching Clinic Twitter page is awesome. They're always atting us and saying, we're super excited for you to come down there and we're excited to see you guys. And so, just really big shout out to them. I mean, it's going to be so awesome and one of our best shows yet. I'm convinced of it already.
Oh yeah. Number episode 26, best one yet, coming up next Friday.
Marking it right now.
Mark your
not going back
calendars.
on that.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip here on YouTube. If you like this kind of stuff and you want more of it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, you can watch us live every weekday at noon at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, or here on YouTube. And if you want more of the best coverage of football in the state of Texas, check out TexasFootball.com and become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at TexasFootball.com/subscribe.